My name is Lana Kinberg, and I am a confidence coach and mentor and facilitator. I help others feel empowered to show up as their authentic self by understanding their resilience and their internal confidence. People think confidence is a gift, something you're born with. To me, confidence is a decision. It's deciding when to raise your hand when no one else will. It's deciding to speak up, even if you're the only one talking. And it's deciding to move forward no matter what has just tripped you up or pushed you over. Those are decisions. It's important that we don't wait to be confident. We need to make the decision to be confident. Be authentic. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're lesser and that you're not important. Because if you know who you are at your core, that's what you need to show up with every time. And people will respect that. The beauty of resilience is that it gives us an opportunity to learn. So resilience isn't the same as fortitude. Fortitude is when we stand tall in a storm. Resilience is having the ability to pick ourselves up after the storm, dust ourselves off, and keep going. But we also recognize what we've learned during those moments. And resilience doesn't mean that you're immune to criticism. In fact, without criticism, we have no need for resilience. It's important to remember that you want to be seen not for ego, but for impact. One of the things that we often do to ourselves is we minimize our accomplishments. We feel like if we speak up for ourselves, or we talk about ourselves, or we toot our own horn, so to speak, we immediately think that others are going to see us as full of ourselves. And the reality is, we have to be full of ourselves. We have to recognize what we bring to every situation. Your experiences, your knowledge, your heart, your mind, your values, those all matter when you're deep in conversation or when you're just faced with different things coming at you all at once. So when I think about this, and I think about people who are afraid of being visible, if we don't shine in our own light, if we shrink to fit in, we're not giving ourselves and others an opportunity to know us and to appreciate what we bring to any given situation. It's so interesting because so many people think that extroverted people are the only confident people. But the reality is that confidence comes from within us. It's our grounding. It's who we are at our core. Because when you're loud, when you own a room with your voice, oftentimes it dilutes itself. Introverts have an amazing gift. And that gift is about being able to observe the room, recognize what's happening around them. And then when they do speak, they can speak with clarity and confidence and knowledge because they've been watching. Whereas a lot of people who others think are confident because they're loud or they're boisterous or they own the room, they have these big personalities. That doesn't always mean that they're the most confident. In fact, in my experience, usually the loudest people in the room are the ones with the least amount of confidence. People think arrogance is akin to confidence, and the reality is it's the antonym of confidence. When you're arrogant and you're loud and you want to be the only voice in the room, oftentimes people will dilute you. They'll shut you out. So experiencing this myself throughout my life, I did a lot of digging, and I ended up coming up with what I call the 4 pillars of self-confidence dynamics. When I find myself in a situation where I'm feeling a little bit out of my own skin and a little less confident than I want to feel, I lean into these 4 pillars: security, empathy, luminosity, and fortitude. These are the 4 pillars that make up your self-confidence. And why this is important is because it gives you an opportunity for security to know yourself, know your values, know your boundaries. Empathy, to be kinder to yourself and others. luminosity, to stand in your own light and not shrink to fit in, and fortitude. And this is standing tall in the storm, having that internal scaffolding so that you can withstand anything that comes at you. Oftentimes we think about fortitude versus resilience, but here's the difference. Fortitude is standing tall. Resilience is being able to pick yourself up after a situation and move forward. You need both. Eating a potato chip. Coffee. A book I authored, the book on love. Get over it. Me.